Hey everybody, quick garden update. Not a whole heck of a lot happening. I do want to point out that my sweet potatoes, red sweet potatoes, are really starting to take over. We've got, you know, they're vining everywhere. They're grabbing onto my corn here. But anyway, we'll let those go. They've only got maybe 3-4 weeks total between the pot inside and then bringing them outside. Again, the rest of the potatoes are struggling. Looks like with 4 bell peppers on this small plant, this is probably the size I'm gonna get. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and you know, harvest but one of these, the biggest one. See if that let me see if I can get a better picture. See if that can actually allow the other 3 to grow a little better. So we got that. Looks like we've got a purple jalapeno that's getting close. The rest of these got a little ways to go still. We'll let them continue to grow. We've got one Fresno pepper that decided to show up. But again, with these 100-degree days, and we have another 7 to 10 days of 100-degree days, very hard to get fruit sets. I did get a fruit set on, a couple of fruit sets on my Serrano pepper plant, so that's good. At least something's happening here. Still nothing on the red Savinas and the orange Scotch bonnet since the last harvest, so not much going on there. The Jawala fingers are starting to produce again. There's quite a bit of pepper sets already, so at least the heat and keeping them water is helping. I've actually got a red one down here that I'm going to go ahead and harvest as well. So now we've got that one set up. All right, and then Big Jim's are struggling to fruit set. We do have a fruit set back here. We had 2, but rabbits ate one of them. So I have 1 rabbit in the yard, and he's continuing to plague my plants with some eating. Not much going on the Tasmanian habaneros right now. They're recovering from the last harvest I had with the heat. But we do have a chocolate habanero here. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest it. So as you can see, maybe as you can see, we've got a chocolate habanero. Sorry everyone, my camera had some dust on it, so it wasn't showing it very well. Anyway, chocolate habanero, first one of the season for me. Not too bad. Moving along, we've got a lot of flowering going on all the mini bell peppers, so that's good. Looks like my green bean, Bush Lake green bean, has survived. If you remember, a lot of the leaves were bad, and now it's starting to look really healthy. So it looks like this one's gonna make it. Probably not gonna make it. Definitely not gonna make it. This one is actually coming back to life, so maybe it'll make it. And then that one's got some new growth. So maybe we'll get 3 or 4 plants that end up living after all that devastation they went through. Sugar snap peas, we still got a miniature one there and a miniature one back there. I don't know, they won't grow, but they're not dying, so I guess that's good. Over to the squash and tomato bed. Several tomatoes throughout here, guys. These are the ones I started indoors, and I just wanted to get a quick look at if I can get another harvest out of these suckers before the end of the season. As you know, here in North Texas, we probably can harvest all the way to early November, late October. The yellow squash, crookneck squash, is actually doing pretty good, guys. I'm pretty proud of it. It looks like we've got some more nodes coming, possible flowering going on. And I haven't thinned this out. I still have 3 of them in here. I may get rid of this 3rd one back here. It's the one that's doing the least good, and it's the one that sprouted late. I've just been so nervous about cutting them because it's my first time going, and until these produce flowers, I'm probably going to leave them in there. But anyway, yellow crookneck squash not doing too bad. The zucchini, same thing. It's doing pretty good in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. It looks good. Looks like it's getting some more nodes as well. So anyway, doing pretty well as far as the zucchini and squash is concerned. And you know what? Some of the nibbling that was going on with some insects has subsided. I put a little neem oil on them just to really 10% solution, and it seemed to kill the problems. Killed some of the leaves too. I guess the squash didn't like the neem oil too much, but it actually seems like it's helped it more than it's hurt it. The kabocha squash right here, this is one I planted a couple weeks after the other two. You know, it's not doing too bad. It, again, had the same problem. As you can see, all the critters eating on the leaves, but the new growth looks pretty good, so we'll see how that goes. And I cannot, for the life of me, guys, grow any Swiss chard. The rabbits just eat the tops off. Look at that. And they eat pretty much any foliage that grows on these. I mean, I just can't get them to set long enough before the rabbits eat them. So anyway, see, the baby rabbits can still get through here. So it's just a matter of time before he outgrows it, won't be able to get back there like the rest of the rabbits, and I'll be a lot better off. In the middle bed, guys, same thing. The 4 tomatoes are starting to get a little bigger, so that's good. And then the other bell pepper plants, you know, I think the rabbit jumped up here and ate because this one was starting to recover, and once again it's missing foliage. So I think the rabbits, I've seen him jump up here and jump back down, so he's learned he can get up here and nibble and get out. So I'm gonna have to catch that rabbit or scare him out of the yard somehow. I'm just worried that I always find dead rabbits in my pool back there, and I'm just worried that he's going to jump in the pool if I try to corral him, and then I got to save his life or he's going to drown overnight. Anyway, guys, small little harvest. We got a bell pepper, a red Joella finger, orange Scotch bonnet, I'm sorry, chocolate habanero, and a bell pepper. And I do have a mystery tomato growing in here, so I could probably pull him off, but I'll wait another day to pull him off. Other than that, the garden's slow, guys. This is what happens when it's 100 degrees. I have to wait to film until the sun crosses over the house, and hope for the best. Thanks for sticking with me, and maybe in the next couple weeks I'll have a better update video for you guys.